Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter, and it is Sat Chat time, and I'm totally pumped. I am feeling good. I actually just got off the phone with a friend of mine, Sarah. You know her, Sarah Burns. We chatted for like 2 hours of like YouTube stuff. It was so much fun. Oh my gosh. And I'm also really excited because I just recorded the last couple segments for my new course, Oil Pastels Made Easy. It's officially launching on April 1st. But I think I'm gonna have it done before Sat Chat goes up. So if I do, I'll put a link with the coupon code, the launch special 50% off the coupon code in the video description. So if it's ready by 7 a.m. Saturday morning, you guys could actually be the first to take a sneaky peek at it. If you look behind me, you can see some of the artwork. We did 10 paintings, and I asked you guys last week. Thank you guys so much. I swear, I feel like you've helped me do this course because I asked you about the fuchsia flowers. Should I leave them in? Should I take them out? Because there's so much troubleshooting. And everybody was like, leave them in because we want to know how to get out of that greasy mess when we make it. So I left that in. And then I was asking, oh, should I do some shorter videos? Because I actually had a little more time allotted for this class. And I was expecting I would be finishing it right at April 1st. And then I realized, oh, I actually have some more time, and maybe I want to put some more lessons in, and like, oh, maybe I want to do some smaller paintings so that you could do, if you just had less time and you want to do a smaller painting and not get so involved. And you're like, yeah, that's a great idea, do the smaller paintings. So I decided to add that too, and I was going to make it as a separate module, but I decided that I actually was going to interleave them. So you get a long tutorial, short tutorial, long tutorial, short tutorial, and then you could bounce around a little bit if you want to. My light is weird. I feel chiaroscuro. I feel like half my face is in shadow. So yeah, I'm really excited about the way it's come out, and oh my gosh, I can't wait to launch it next week. I can't wait. But you guys can get a sneaky peek. You have to let me know. You guys can let me know what you think. Even if you just look at the sales page and like, Lindsay, big old typo. I've proofread it, but sometimes you can't see. It's like you're clutterblind. Sometimes you can't see your own mistake. Have you ever had like a pile of junk in the corner of a room, and it's like you don't even notice it until you invite people over, then you're like, oh, you start to look at everything with fresh eyes, like, oh, I gotta pick up that stack of magazines that's been sitting over there since 1989. Maybe not that long, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, this has been so much fun. I always think like every class, my kid is my best class. And I feel that way. I feel like it's my best class. But I guess if you're always improving, every class you do would be your best class. I don't know. But anyway, so excited. I'm so excited. I hope people like it. And I've had so much fun playing. I think that's probably part of the reason I wanted to add more stuff, because I'm like, I'm really enjoying playing with these oil pastels. And the other cool thing is that the oil pastels that we used, this light wish set and these Pintels, they're not expensive, and they're both even on sale for more during this. Amazon's doing one of those big springs. You know, they do those like Prime sales, like used to just be in the summer, and then they do like the summer and then the Black Friday, and now they do the spring one. So the spring one, and both of those sets are actually on sale. The big one, the bigger, softer pastels are on sale for like $25, and these are on sale for like $7 something. So I mean, it's crazy. I think even if you had expensive pastels and you were maybe timid about using them because you're like, I don't want to learn on these, they're too good, you could get the less expensive ones. And all the projects, you can see a peek of them behind there, they're all done with those inexpensive supplies, that small supply list. Yeah, I want to take the fear away. That's my goal in art, is to teach people, take the fear away. I want the supplies to be good enough that they're not hindering anybody, but I don't want them to be so expensive that people are like, I'm afraid I'm wasting money if I use them. So I really feel like that I struck a good balance there. Not to like brag. I feel like I'm bragging. I'm sorry. But I definitely feel like yeah, I feel like I've got a good balance there. But anyway, so other stuff going on. I posted a tutorial for this week, or I posted a video for this, and I wasn't going to post it, but then I showed this in a video where I was comparing new and old quinacridone gold paint, and somebody asked me if I would post the video, and I totally forgot that I had recorded it and I'd had it on a file on my computer because I'd been working on the oil pastel stuff, and I thought, well, you know what, sure. But instead of doing it like a regular tutorial, I actually kind of did it as an artist pep talk. So that's up on my channel. That was posted Wednesday. This here is, I posted this, did I post this before last, I think this went up this week. This went up Monday. This went up Monday at an unusual time because I thought I had something else scheduled to go up on Monday morning. So when I'm doing a course, when I'm working on a course, they take about, I work on them for about a month, like when I actually get into filming them. So I need to have stuff in the can for YouTube like months out. So that the only thing I'm really recording while I'm working on a class is just Sat Chat. Everything else is like pre-planned. I've got critique clubs already done and everything. And I thought I had a video, like a review set to go, but I had moved some things around because I thought I was having something else coming up. Anyway, so I posted this Monday because I hadn't posted it yet. This is up in Critique Club. By the way, you have until April 1st to join, to lock in the $5 a month rate on Critique Club if you are interested, because the prices in April are going up to $7.50 for Critique Club for new members only. If you are currently enrolled in Critique Club, your price will stay the same, whatever it is, like $5 a month. But if you're joining after April 1st, it'll be $7.50 a month. So you can lock, but I don't want to surprise anybody. So you can lock in that rate if you join before then. And I just want to let anyone know, in case you were thinking about taking a break, when they came back, the price would be the new price. So just want to let you know, if you want to lock in $5 a month, just do it before the 1st. And that was the most recent project. Oh my gosh, and I'm like it's so funny because like when I made that choice, because I've kept the price the same since 2019 when I first started it and didn't have anything in Critique Club. Now there's like over 150 tutorials and, creative prompts every month and all of that. I was thinking, oh, there's really a lot in there, and credit card fees really take a bite out of that. And then when I put myself in the mindset that I'm raising the price to $7.50, I put myself in the mindset that I'm upping my game. And one thing I was thinking about, and you can let me know because you guys have the best ideas. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. But one of the things I'm thinking about doing occasionally, if not monthly, maybe monthly if it's really popular. But I was thinking in Critique Club, it might be fun to do a lesson, because my Critique Club lessons are similar to my class lessons where they're broken up into bite-sized chunks, so like 20-minute chunks or so that you can take a complex idea, a complex tutorial, and break it down to easy digestible chunks so you're not overwhelmed by like, oh my gosh, this is a 2-hour tutorial. You've got it kind of baby steps. So I was thinking I could do one of my tutorials occasionally, do it as a live stream. And I have a service that I use called Riverside, which it's a live streaming service. It's like a podcasting service where I can do a live stream, but then it saves a high quality recording on my computer, and then I can take that and I can break that up into the 4 chunks. And the way I would break it up, and this is where I think the magic would be, the way I would break it up would be, so I paint for like 15-20 minutes, and I'd be like, okay, anybody have any questions? While I'm doing the Q&A, that would be the point where I would break it, so that if anybody wants a Q&A, it would be at the end of each clip. And if nobody wants it, if you don't want it, you stop that and you start the next lesson, and then you can like crop out any like chatness, any Q&A. You can just have the tutorial, but then you have there if you want it, if you can't make it live. Anyway, that's just something I'm thinking about, because when I'm thinking about charging more for something, then I'm like, well, I gotta bring it, even though it's like I've been building up all these tutorials and it has a lot in there, still, it kind of gives you that like pump there. It's like, yeah, I gotta bring it, it's becoming more, I don't know, luxury. $7.50 is not like a luxury price or anything, but you just kind of think of like, yeah, gotta give them what they paid for, of course, if you're smart, everyone's probably gonna lock it in before the 1st, so they'll be paying $5, but still, my people want a bargain. I like giving my people a bargain. And speaking of bargain, obviously my new class will be launched at its lowest price ever. So it'll have 50% off coupon, so that you can buy it at the cheapest price, and then you have lifetime access, so you can do whatever you want for the class, not Critique Club. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm all over the place today. I think I'm just riding that high of like, almost got a class done. It does pump me up quite a bit. It's a little chilly in here, actually. I didn't turn my radiator on. I had a little wall heater on. And I was like, I'm just going to be down here for like an hour. I don't need to turn the heat on. But I wanted to wear the short sleeve shirt. I was like, oh, that was probably not a wise decision. I'm trampling over my words today. It's like all my flawless performance has been in the oil pastel class. I've used it up. Now I'll be stuttering for the next week and a half. I've a couple new projects coming up this week on YouTube, and I want to share this one. At first I was like, oh, this is so cliche. This is lame. It's gonna be so lame, so cliche. But on the monthly calendar for April, if you're playing along with a calendar project, the blank watercolor calendars are actually also in that big spring Amazon sale if you don't have one and you were kind of hoping to get one to play along. But you can do this in a sketchbook. You don't have to buy the calendar. But I've been doing this project on YouTube for free for everyone, where we do a page in this calendar. We do it. They're loose sheets. It's just I've got a playlist of these calendar pages if you want to play along, but there's a quote on each calendar page or a couple quotes from different artists. And this month there was a quote by Van Gogh. And so when I'm doing these lessons, I'm trying to work in a little bit of like art history, a little information about the artist or the art movements they influenced. And I thought, and we'll do a piece of artwork that's influenced by the artist. So like January we did, there was a Degas quote, so we painted some ballet dancers. And in February, it was like a philosopher's quote, so we ended up doing some flowers. Last month it was Picasso, so we did a Cubist piece. And this month it was a quote by Van Gogh, and I thought, why don't we do a master study of Starry Night? And I was kind of having oil pastels on the brain, so I was thinking, oh, we'll do oil pastels, but I'm like, oh, we're on this watercolor paper. Why don't we do watercolor crayons? Because a lot of people bought those either Neocolor 2s or they bought the eye crayons that were a really good price. That's also in the spring sale. All these things are in the spring sale. Anyway, so I use those eye crayon watercolor crayons. Oil pastels will be fine. Neocolors will be fine. Whatever you want to use is fine. But I love how this came out. I thought this came out really cute. Hopefully the camera will focus on that if I put it like that. But that's coming up. It's a real-time tutorial coming up on Wednesday. And something coming up tomorrow is a mixed media alcohol marker and mixed media portrait. This one right here, which I thought came out pretty cute, actually. So a couple projects to enjoy. I'm thinking about doing a live stream next Friday here on YouTube to kind of launch the oil pastel class, because I think that'd be kind of fun. That way people can ask any questions they might have about the course before joining, and I'll think of something fun to paint while we're doing that. So that's what I'm thinking about next Friday. I haven't like scheduled it or anything yet, but that's what I'm thinking of. If not, I definitely want to do one sometime for the to launch the oil pastel class, because I do some oil pastels here, not a ton. So it might be kind of new, but the whole premise of my class is oil pastels made easy. So if you've never picked up an oil pastel before, I mean, you will be able to follow along. And I feel like we get into projects that are complex enough that it's going to keep even a seasoned artist interested and inspired. So over 14 hours of content, so I'm really excited about that, because I feel like it's a good value for your money. The regular price on the oil pastel class is going to be $89, so it will be $45 with the launch coupon code. Because that's the thing with my classes. I never want somebody to be like, because the people that buy it first are your true fans. They're the people that want to learn from you. They're your biggest supporters, and I don't want to come out with a class at full price, and then when it stops selling well, then put it on discount. And the people that were there for me at the beginning, you know, they don't get rewarded. I don't like that. I don't believe in that. I know that probably makes me bad at capitalism, but I want to reward the people that have been there for me. And yeah. And I totally understand if you know, oil pastels aren't your thing, that's fine. Or if you're not sure if you like oil pastels, or you're just like, I don't know if I want to do a class. I mean, hey, plenty of YouTube videos. So yeah, I just want to keep everybody happy. Just want everyone to be happy. But yeah, I'm really excited. I do think it's my best class. I don't know, maybe I'm biased. Maybe I always think my best thing, my last thing is my best thing, or my next thing is my best thing. I don't know. It's I just love teaching. I love teaching. I love seeing that moment when a student gets it and they post their work and they're like, I never was able to control this medium before. I always had a mess, and now I feel like I can do it. Or it's like I always struggled, or I never had the time. I never thought I would have the time to learn this, and I'm doing it. That's those comments are so rewarding, you know, because I feel like when you make a painting, when you get into an art medium, when you find your groove, when you get into that flow state, it's as good as going on vacation. Your brain there's like a switch that flips when you have no concept of time. You have no concept of if you're hungry. You have no concept if all of your worries melt away. And you are in that present moment where you are making something beautiful. You are expressing yourself. You have switched over into this intuition, emotional, state of beauty where you're just present and you're enjoying what you're doing, and it just becomes all about the process. And then you have a beautiful painting to show when you're done, but in that moment it's all about the process. And there's something about that flow state that it's almost like you've just taken a vacation. You've just given your brain that relief from worry, that relief from stress, that relief from the day-to-day, the relief from the time crunch, the relief from the deadlines. And I think, you know, people spend thousands of dollars to go on vacations to feel that. And vacations are great. Don't get me wrong. Vacations are awesome. But we are all in different stages of life. You know, maybe you can't travel because you have young children, or you don't have the finances, or you are caring for a spouse or a parent and you need to be there be able to give yourself a couple hours here and there of that relief is really amazing. Maybe you have a high stress job, or you're in a very stressful season of life. Giving yourself that, and you don't have to buy a class to give yourself this, you just have to give yourself the time to explore with your art materials. But sometimes it's easier when, you know, when you don't have to think so much about what materials do I get, what project do I do. You don't have to think about what project you're going to do because it's there. You can draw along with me, or you can use the pattern. You know, you can make it adapted to your level and to the amount of effort that you want to put into it. And I think it's good. I wish everybody had something like that, art or music or some sort of humanity that that gave them that relief, that gave them that release. I think a lot of times we tend to just doom scroll. That's our stress response, because that's what it is. That's what like procrastinating is really. It's a stress response, and you can be caught in this this web of overwhelm, and then you just plunk down. You plunk down, you pick up your phone, and you go on to whatever is your time waster of choice. I mean, we all have them. Maybe it's Instagram, maybe it's Pinterest. I like to go on Instagram because I only follow other artists, so I could just scroll through and just see pretty pictures of art and the occasional ad, but mostly pretty pictures of art. Or I'll go onto Pinterest and I'll just scroll. And I mean, you can get into that state a little bit like that because your brain kind of shuts off, you lose track of time, but then when you're done scrolling, you don't have anything to show for your time. And oftentimes you'll feel kind of bad because you can feel like you wasted time. But if your body needs that, if your body needs to just like, I need a minute, I need to just, you know, I need to not be aware of everything right now because the world is loud. The world is so loud. And sometimes you just need to be like, I need to not be aware of everything right now. And that you could get that relief by reading. You could get that relief by doing art. Doing art, I think, or making music, reading, any of those, what's the opposite? Active. Any of those active distractions I think are good. Then you get the passive distractions. It might be watching TV, it might be watching a movie, it might be scrolling on your phone. One of those activities are also, your brain needs it. Your brain needs a break sometimes. Your analytical side, the side that does your taxes, that needs a break. It's tax season. We all need a stress relief, don't we? I think your brain needs a break from that sometimes. So first of all, don't like kick yourself if you pick up your phone and you scroll. I start my day with my coffee, and I just chill with my coffee and I watch my YouTube peeps, and then I gear up for my day. And I don't wake up stressed or anything, but that's how I ease my way into the day. And you know, it's comforting, it's relaxing, it's nice. It is a nice way for me to gather my thoughts too, because I can kind of gather my thoughts and jot down notes and stuff while I'm doing it. That's not exactly what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when it's like, maybe you've gotten some bad news, or maybe you're stressed out from work. You just got home from work and you're stressed out, or it's the end of the day. You just put the kids to bed and you're just like, you're fried, and you pick up your phone and you just start scrolling for a bit. You're doing that because your brain needs a break. You've been thinking and reacting and worrying. And your brain needs that time to break. But your brain can take that time while you're creating art. And I just want to offer that as a counterpoint. I mean, sometimes you don't want to get a mess out. I understand it. But you can always use a pen and a sketchbook, something like that, to give your brain just that time. And you can actually do that if you like to watch movies or television. You can actually do that while you have a movie going. And obviously nothing with a too a difficult plot to follow because you're gonna miss something, but because your analytical brain's gonna be catching in and out as you just chill out and you create your art. But yeah, I think in this time, this day and age where we're just so overstimulated and we've got so much to worry about and so much to think about, and I know a lot of you are in a very similar season of life to me. Just from my analytics, I see most people are ages 34 up, but most are 55 and up. And you know, you may have kids or teenagers at home, you may be caring for parents, you may be caring for spouses, and that can create some weight on your shoulders. And to give yourself a break by creating some art, whether you're taking a class or you're just doing it on your own, either way, it's good. It's good for you. And hey, you're here watching an art channel, so I think you know that. I'm preaching to the choir. Preaching to the choir, yeah. Oh, squirrel update. So the other day, oh my gosh, you guys. Several of you told me that probably squirrel in the house is mama squirrel looking for a place to have baby squirrels. That thought did not occur to me. So now I have to keep the windows open to the basement because I'm afraid that I'm either going to be trapping a mother squirrel outside with baby squirrels nestled away someplace in my basement, or I'm worried that I am trapping the squirrel inside my basement where I can't get out and get food, or its babies out. I don't know if there are babies, but now all I can think about is squirrel babies, and then I googled what do squirrel babies look like, and they're so freaking cute. So, okay, windows open in my basement. That's probably why I'm chilly. And so I was upstairs. This was like, I think it was Sunday. So Sat Chat goes up on Saturday, obviously, and Sunday I'm hearing this noise like, it sounds like this. I could be a Foley artist, making my own sound effects. So I'm hearing that. I'm like, what is that coming from? I'm hearing it upstairs. And I'm like, what is that coming from? And it sounds like it's coming from the wall behind the refrigerator. So our kitchen and bathroom, there's a wall between the kitchen and the bathroom. You go down the hall and you go in the bathroom, right? But the wall that the bathtub is on is kind of behind the refrigerator and in the corner of the kitchen. We have a ranch, so you know how a ranch house is, where you've got like a living room, kitchen, and that kind of like splits one end of the ranch, and then you've got a hallway, and then bathroom, bedrooms. You know how a ranch goes. It's one level floor, one level house, with a basement underneath. And so I'm hearing this, and it sounds like it's coming from in the bathtub. So I'm looking, I'm like, well, there's no squirrels in the bathtub. What's going on? So then I go downstairs. I'm trying to see what's under the bathtub downstairs. And because I'm like, is that, my studio's not under the bathroom, so what is going on? And so I'm looking around, I'm looking at the pipe. So I see the pipe from the bathtub where it comes down, and I see that there is like a square in the flooring, in the, you know, the plywood or whatever, subflooring, whatever, and where the pipe comes down through, and I can see the fiberglass from the tub. And then I realize that a squirrel could get up there, could go up through that hole, you know, climb the pipes, go up through that hole, and then go in behind the tub, because you would have the drywall, which would be like a tile board, like that kind of cementy tile board. Thank goodness, not like, well, I guess all drywall is like a rock, right? Like a gypsum or something, but it's got like, you know, the one that's moisture repellent for tiling. So I know that is on the other side of the bathtub, but a bathtub is not like a tight square. It's kind of curves in. So especially the back of the bathtub, which is up a little bit higher. So squirrels got nice. So I was like reaching my hands up there. And so there's a void between the bathtub and the wall where squirrels could be in there minding their own business, you know, scratching the walls where I can hear them, but not actually upstairs. So I think there was a squirrel in there, but I haven't heard it in a couple of days. So hopefully Jason kind of knocked on the wall when he heard it and yelled at them. So they might have moved on, because I haven't heard it in a couple days, but I think that's where the squirrel went. It went up there in between the bathtub and the wall, and I put my hands up there. I'm like, it is cozy. It is nice and warm. That's where I'd go if I was a squirrel. So we may have squirrels in a bathtub, but if they are there, I guess they're probably not hurting anything, and hopefully they'll just mosey on outside when the time comes. But like I said, I haven't seen squirrels since last week, and hopefully they have gone to seek their fortune elsewhere. I thought about putting out a little bowl of nuts and water. My husband didn't care for that idea, so they're gonna have to go to the bird feeder if they want to eat, I guess. But I figured like a mama squirrel, because they're mammals, they probably nurse their baby squirrels. Baby squirrels are so cute. You gotta Google baby squirrels, because oh my gosh, not newborns. They look kind of, you know, very pinkish, like a little mouse, but baby squirrels with the big baby squirrel heads. Oh my god, so cute. So yeah, I think they've probably moved on, but if not, they're behind the bathtub, in between the wall and the bathtub, but I don't think they would chew up the tile board. I don't think they could. Well, if they do, then I would see they'd pop out of the kitchen wall, and I'd be like, look, dude, you gotta go. This isn't working. And plus, if they do that, I've got 2 cats, and well, the cats probably can't get up into the ceiling from down cellar. They would definitely chase a squirrel out on the main level. But anyway, that's my exciting week. I feel like it's been exciting. I feel like this has been, it's so nice to see something come to fruition that you have worked on for so long. Because like even before you start filming a class, you're planning the class, you're picking subject matter, you're thinking about the things you want to discuss, you're outlining it, you want to make sure that you're not missing anything that somebody might ask you, because that's the thing. As an instructor, I like to anticipate problems and questions that my students will have before they think to ask them, so that they can seamlessly go through the lessons and gain everything. But not overwhelm them. It's a balance, because you don't want to overwhelm them. Like the color theory lesson was tough because I wanted to keep it short enough. Like you want to keep it the length of a skirt, you know, long enough to cover the subject, but short enough to keep it interesting, right? So that's what I wanted to do with that class. I don't want to overwhelm on anything, but I want you to have the tools and knowledge and skills so that you can go on after the course and then tackle whatever you want to tackle as far as subject goes. But anyways, so sneaky peek, if you want to check it out early, if it's up, there'll be a link in the video description with a coupon code. So don't pay full price. Don't pay full price. If you're if it's a month from now, yeah, you could pay full price. But if it's now and you're here and you were with me on this journey, you need to get the deal. So I'll put that there too. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. So anyway, that's what I've been up to. Do you think it's bad luck to launch a class on April Fool's Day? That's something I've been thinking about, because that's when I was going to put my promo out. But I don't think it is. Are people going to think it's a joke? Like, that's not much of a joke. Lindsay's launching a class. I don't know. I've never done an April Fool's joke like on YouTube. I always think I'll come up with some great idea, but I never do. So I'll probably just put the promo up, unless it's a bad idea. I don't know. I'll have to, I don't know, look at the star chart. I don't even know. I don't even do that, but I feel like I should invest in one to see if it's a good time, because I could always launch it the 2nd. But I'm planning on having the Starry Night master study coming out on the 2nd on YouTube, but who knows? I'll decide. I'll decide at some point. I'm just excited. I mean, it's not like I have to. I overthink these things. Do you guys overthink things? I overthink these little things like that so much. But and don't forget, if you want to get Critique Club before the price goes up and lock in the $5 a month rate, do that before the 1st. You've been warned. You've been warned. Ooh, scary. Anyway, thanks for watching. Till next time, happy crafting. Bye.